The investigation announced today over the use of federal force in Portland and elsewhere came as many cities push back on the president's actions and plans. A number of mayors said the administration is crossing a line and abusing its role and power. Yamiche Alcindor has the latest.
We want to make law enforcement stronger, not weaker. What cities are doing is absolute insanity.
President Trump is surging federal law enforcement into cities he claims are being overrun by violence. The push includes officials from a number of agencies, including the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the Justice Department. It comes as the president is ramping up his law and order rhetoric in the lead up to the November election. Here he is at the White House yesterday.
We'll work every single day to restore public safety, protect our nation's children, and bring violent perpetrators to justice. We've been doing it, and you've been seeing what's happening all around the country. We've just started this process, and frankly, we have no choice but to get involved.
He said he plans to send federal agents into cities like Albuquerque and Chicago. Local officials, though, say they're not necessary and not welcome. For several weeks, DHS agents have already been out in force in Portland, Oregon. They have faced fierce backlash as they've clashed with Black Lives Matter protesters. The officers are dressed in camouflage and are heavily armed with equipment like shields, rifles, and batons. They wear custom identification numbers, but not their names. Protesters and local officials, including the mayor, have criticized the federal use of force. Video shows agents pulling protesters into unmarked vehicles. Last night, federal law enforcement tear-gassed the crowd, including Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler. It was the 56th consecutive night of protests in Portland, most of them peaceful. But near the federal courthouse, tensions have been high.
One person throws a water bottle, and they start throwing tear gas at us and shooting us with rubber bullets and pepper bombs.
Acting Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf says the agents are protecting federal property, specifically the Marco Hatfield courthouse. Some protesters have covered it in graffiti and have attempted to set it on fire. Today on CBS, Wolf defended the law enforcement presence and response.
We are there to protect the federal courthouse. We have that responsibility given to us by the United States Congress. We are on that federal property and we are protecting that federal property.
But while the Trump administration says deploying federal agents and officers will curb unrest, federal statistics about the most violent cities do not necessarily match the president's focus. According to analysis by 24/7 Wall Street, Alaska had the most violent crimes per 100,000 residents. That state was followed by New Mexico and Tennessee. And 38% of violent crime occurred in the South. Still, the president has focused much of his attention on sending federal agents to Chicago. But Chicago activist Jamal Cole says the move won't be helpful.
Adding more cops is not the solution. The solution is supporting people that are on the ground, helping them expand what they're doing into broader strategies, right? That's what we need in Chicago.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Yamiche Alcindor.